take projection.
Welcome everybody to Taking On Sports. I am TD. That is Greg. Greg, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm actually doing really good. Great weekend of football all around. I mean, one great college football playoff game and every wild card game. Man, we thought it was going to be a good weekend, and it's more than lived up to the hype.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it has been a sensational weekend of football. Started Thursday night. Absolutely great game between Miami and Ole Miss.
What a game that
Yeah,
fourth quarter was insane.
absolutely crazy. Just the lead changes back and forth, and Carson Beck, you know, silencing
And
some
Chandler,
critics. Yeah,
man, I
yeah.
mean, Chandler's answering back, and they're just going back and forth. And
Mm-hmm.
man, and that's the type of game when you're on the outside, you really don't have a thing a dog in the fight. It's all the damn. Does somebody really have to lose this one? Like it
Mm-hmm.
sucks.
Yeah, right. Like,
'Cause I have no beef with either school. I mean, we play Ole Miss time to time, but I mean, there's nothing really serious. I'd say,
yeah.
uh, it's not like anything close to rivalry. But yeah, man, it's just such a good game. You almost hated to see someone lose. And honestly, the way Ole Miss has been pulling off that magic recently, when he first threw that last pass, I was like, "Wait a minute, is this about
Mm,
to drop in?"
yeah, you were just waiting, yeah, for some guy to like catch it, keep his toes in bounds or something like that.
Yeah, something
Um,
epic or a good
a-
skip
and,
or
and then knowing Miami's history out there in the Fiesta Bowl,
oh,
I was just waiting for that flag to come in because I was like,
oh,
oh, he kind of held him there. Um,
whoa! I
I
think
do,
the only thing that saved him is the receiver was fighting at the first, so it kind of they were kind of going at it.
yeah.
And if it hadn't been the last play, Hail Mary type, they probably called it.
I was about to say, I wonder, man, I wonder how much that ref had to go through just in that split second right there, just being like, "Ooh, nah, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it."
Dude, can you imagine if Miami had that same thing
Again,
happen?
right? Again, that would have been insane. But absolute game. It meant a lot to Carson Beck, just the way he ran that
Oh,
last touchdown in, man. Hit them high stepping, them knees are going up.
it was wide open too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he checked down. I mean, he looked every direction before he ran. He said, "Well, shit, his whole left side is wide open."
So the
Yeah.
Canes will play for a chance to win their first national title since they won the title in what,
Oh,
01?
it's an 0-1 season, but the game was an 0-2. But yeah,
Yeah. So
I mean,
20
based back
24 years,
then,
yeah.
if you had said it's not the Canes are not going to win another title for 24 years, everybody would look at you. Are you serious? Are you crazy?
Yeah,
As
they'd be
good
like,
as
"Shut
Judd
up, man.
Holmes'
Shut up,
program
man."
is,
Man, and
yeah.
there is probably an alternate universe or something where they got kind of dueling dynasties between them and USC,
Oh yeah.
which we deserved
How
a little
cause
bit,
was
but
that?
yeah, right. Just
Man,
them,
just to see
yeah,
that once. You got
yeah,
once.
right. We Pete Carroll's USC was just a little bit late.
Man,
Man, if we could have seen that, I mean, could you imagine
look,
like 01 Miami versus like 04 USC?
yeah, but it'd been like, oh, yeah, that. Oh my god, yeah, barely missed it. Barely missed it. My goodness, that'd have been some epic football.
But no, Miami. That you know what, this game too. You mentioned going back. You talked about you kind of like didn't know who you wanted to win. You're just like, man, like you hate someone has to lose. It was
Yeah,
crazy for a game like that because even as a neutral, you kind of drift toward one team, be like, I kind of hope they win or whatever. But you're
yeah.
right. Like you're just sitting there watching this, and like when one of them scores, you're just
I was, I
you
was like, man,
cheer,
that's
yeah,
epic. Like
yeah. And then
because
the next one
it's
scores, and you're
great
like, hell yeah.
because it's such a great storyline either way. I mean, you either have a Miami back with Mario Cristobal. I mean, the dude played in Miami in the heyday, so
Hmm.
obviously he knows what it's like to be a champion in Miami. So the history, and then for him to be the guy that brings the program back, and him being the alma mater and what what It means him as both a player and a coach is cool in itself. And then the whole Carson Beck thing. I mean,
Hmm.
people really, they kind of shitted on him a little bit. I don't really know why. Like I get like sometimes he didn't show up in the biggest moments in Georgia, but he got hurt last year. We don't know how he would have finished that game had he not got hurt. It's kind of crazy, and they've
Well,
kind of just thrown him to the wind.
and I think it's crazy because I don't know if this is a product of like the social media age, like everything got to be instant and there's not a lot of nuance anymore. But we've seen guys like him all through our lives, all through college football history, where these guys that are just insanely talented, but maybe every now and again they just have one of those games where like, oh, I'm gonna throw 4 interceptions, and Jameis
Right.
Winston was like that, and
Yeah.
and people talk about that 13 Florida State team as one of the best, and that year,
They had
that
some
era, Jameson Williams is one of the
weird.
best college quarterbacks of this generation, and he was.
Yeah.
But he also, yeah, he was prone. They pulled those games out, but he was
Yeah.
prone to throw 3 interceptions against like Boston College out of nowhere and be like, "What the fuck?" And then
Oh,
but they would pull it out at the end. But I think people forget that Carson Beck is an extremely talented
when
guy
he is
who was a
when
highly
he's
touted
on,
recruit. Yeah, exactly.
he's
When
a
he's
hell of
on, he can sling it, man.
and that's
And
one thing he doesn't lack for confidence.
yeah, exactly. So good for him. Good win for Miami. Tough loss for Ole Miss. Pete Golden has done a great job there.
Yeah, he has. It'll be interesting to see just what that turns into going forward.
Hmm. Yeah.
Amazing way to start. I mean, your first 2 games as the head coach, your first head coaching thing, it'd be big enough if it was a SEC school. But not only that, it's in the playoff.
Hmm.
And Ole Miss's biggest games in school history.
Hmm.
And this is your first time as a head coach.
I mean,
It's crazy.
and you go through Georgia. You beat
And you
Georgia.
beat Georgia.
I mean,
You had an opportunity to beat Miami.
and we talked
I
about
mean,
the
you,
Tulane game too. They beat the hell out of them,
I mean,
and they had
that was twice in one season, like no drama. You
exactly.
never know in the second game, but
Exactly. You never know, and especially in that circumstance, those players could have checked out. Pete could have, got it all wrong or whatever. And
yeah,
Tulane, who is a well-coached team, they're a good team. They just obviously don't have the talent that Ole Miss does, but
right,
they could have pulled it out. That was ripe. That was a ripe opportunity for a
absolutely,
team like Tulane to come in there and be like, you know what, we're gonna
absolutely.
steal this. But so great job by Golding. Um, it's just to see
I will
who.
say it was
Yeah.
kind of funny though at times. I had to throw in a couple jokes during the game though. In that fourth quarter, boy, P. Golden's defense,
Oh, I
third
mean,
down, just
yeah,
tickler.
third and Pete. A couple third
We've
and Pete
seen.
showed up. Yep.
It's like, man, we've seen that where like though you start to shut teams down, and you think, here we go, we got them where we need them. The third quarter did a hell of a job maintaining Miami.
Hmm.
So you think, man, the defense is really looking good, but couple of them times in the fourth quarter, boy, they could not get off the field when it mattered the most. I was like, man, I've
I was
seen
about to
this
say
show.
there were a lot of Alabama fans sitting back and watching that game, and when that fourth quarter, when the game got tight, you just kind of you start going like, well, I've seen this movie before, and I can tell you how it's going to
Yeah,
end.
seen this.
And and
Yeah,
Pete, he was a solid. He's a good, above average, decent, defensive
I mean,
coordinator, play
he's a
caller.
decent
Yeah,
coordinator.
he just yeah.
I mean, I
It
don't know.
he has holes in his scheme and his defensive play calling that mean that it's up to the individual talent to make a play and win the
Yeah.
games. Um,
And I think my biggest beef with him is just how that last season, how they used
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson,
Mm,
that whole package defense, that whole
mhm.
what do they call it, the cheetah, him and
Dallas
I can't
Turner.
think of that dude. Yeah,
Da-
Dallas Turner. There, I was
yeah.
thinking dude in Minnesota. No, yeah, Dallas Turner. I mean, I feel like but then the offense, I feel like we definitely wasted. So
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just an angry Alabama fan because I feel like a lot of stuff got wasted that during that time. A lot of wasted time,
That's
a
what
lot of
that,
wasted talent.
Pete and Bill O'Brien are one of those guys that outside fans, kind of look at, and you see
Yeah,
the
if you look at
numbers
the
aren't
paper,
exactly,
I mean,
and they're like, man,
if
you're
you
just
look
a
at
spoiled
stats,
Bama fan, yeah, and you're like,
if you look
no,
at stats, oh
yeah,
look, Bill
yeah,
O'Brien's stats, they put up money. I'm like, dude, do you realize we have fucking Jameer Gibbs and we barely use him in the keyest, biggest situations?
mm-hmm,
But hey, what
yeah.
do I know?
But yeah, anyway, taking that focus off things, still a hell of a job by Pete. Great season for Ole Miss.
Great job,
Obviously, one of the best in school history. Certainly the best
absolutely.
since the days of Arch Manning. And
But I will say
uh,
this: who who was the first? Did Rammer Jammer come out first, or did Hottie
Hotty
Toddy?
Toddy,
Because
I don't know.
someone stole something. God damn it!
But all of these, especially all these
Yeah,
schools, it happens in every
we
region.
did.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
we
listen
did
to a bunch of
first.
they all have the same damn cheers, like
Yeah,
every single one of them.
yeah. But
Uh,
Hottie, every time I hear Hottie Toddy, I'm like, wait a goddamn.
but yeah, on the other side of that championship game, the goddamn Goliath that is Indiana University, Kirk
The
Cignetti's
goddamn
Hoosiers,
the
absolutely
monster of college
obliterate.
football.
Yeah, exactly. The big bullies obliterated Oregon just from the first snap, pick six first play, and after that, just a whooping. Oregon responded with one touchdown early, and that was it.
Yeah, got some scores late, but it was
Yeah,
well way over.
yeah.
What are we going to halftime with? 31-7.
35-7, I think.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it just kept getting worse and worse, and I'd be like, well, I'm gonna stay with it. But yeah, no, it was
I think it made a lot of Alabama fans feel better.
in a sense,
Yeah.
yeah, because you're kind of wondering, damn, are we that bad? But then you see Oregon, who arguably have had more talent than us as far as like in different spots, and you're like, but what I think that what that game really did for Mendoza guaranteed him that he's the first quarterback off the board. Just because I mean he showed in the biggest games he's been money.
Yeah, he is
Like
making just some dime throws.
I feel bad for him because he's probably going to Oakland. But
Yeah. Well, who
but
knows?
hell,
Maybe.
I mean, shit, he went to Indiana. I mean,
Yeah.
people thought that was trash. So who
I about to
knows?
say the Raiders haven't hired their new coach yet, have they? No, they haven't. So who
They haven't
knows?
done any. Who
Maybe
knows if
they.
they're thinking like, if they're looking for a quarterback, you would think Mendoza is your choice. It'd be interesting to see what Dante Moore does at this point because people are like, well, maybe it's an argument between him and Mendoza. Obviously, Mendoza clearly ended that argument. Um, unless you're really unless you see something that I haven't seen, but do you think that probably Dante Moore returns to college because honestly, the next team looking for a quarterback is the Jets. I'm going back to college and get me a couple million. I mean, in
Right.
today's world, when you can get a couple $1 million to play either Oregon or somewhere else, why the hell would you go to have the opportunity to get drafted by the Jets?
Yeah, I think. Oh, uh,
Looks like he's down.
I think it's your. I don't know if it's your second contract that you're banking on that you need to go. I don't know.
Right.
Certainly, it's tough. It's interesting with it. We see these reports now that almost call him Mac Jones, not Mac Jones, Ty
I
Simpson.
see. Is
Yeah,
I
could
mean,
could
obviously
pull a
5 and
Carson
6
back. Yeah,
million.
could pull a Carson back and declare for the draft,
Yeah,
but
it's
then all of a
crazy.
sudden
I agree with
transfer.
you. Because I mean, some people are saying first round, but if you don't go, honestly, if you're not going first round in today's NFL, and you can get 5 million to come back to college, why the hell wouldn't you?
Well, I
Why
think
wouldn't
I think the reason is this: if you're Dante Moore or Ty Simpson, you're the next quarterbacks right after, which
you? Yeah,
probably means you're getting drafted first round. It's just hard to imagine an NFL draft these days with only one quarterback taking the first round, and
right.
I'd have to look
It
at that.
is.
But
These quarterbacks just people just
s-
whether it's
so
good or bad, they just
right.
make own the quarterback no matter what.
So then next year is supposed to be just this all-world quarterback class, which is going to be, absolutely just star-studded.
Well, we got this year too, though. So
That's
who
true. We
knows?
we thought it this year too, but it banks up. So I think what you're thinking is that yeah, I could get this big NIL money, but if I take this NFL money, one, it could be more with a signing bonus and a contract once you think about it. But two, you're probably thinking down the line that second contract, you put yourself in a better
That's gonna
position.
be good enough that I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you put yourself in a
make it.
better position to get a
That's what I'm
second
gonna do.
contract. Whereas if you come for this money and then you go next year and all of a sudden you get bumped down to like the last day or hell maybe you don't even get drafted at all, then you're really
Then you got,
yeah.
yeah. Then,
So
but it's an intriguing situation though because
mhm.
I mean it's way different than of course until recently of course you're going to go to the NFL because if you were I mean of course people were getting money. Let's know everybody was getting a little something, but I mean it wasn't maybe in like what 40 50,000. No one was
Yeah, it
getting
wasn't
millions of
yeah, it
dollars
wasn't
table.
life altering money. No.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean these quarterbacks, man, they have some interesting decisions to make. But man, I saw that thing today come up about time. Supposedly people offering $4 or $5 million,
I saw
and that just
6.5 was the highest number I
yeah.
saw. So
I mean, I'm just like, well, shit. What do you do?
it's
What do you
tough.
do
Yeah,
at
it's
that point?
tough.
But who? It's interesting too. But who is it? Of course, we'll never know
Yeah,
because
right. I
if
want
he
to know
does, if
that.
he goes pro, of course, we'll never quite hear the team. We can all speculate on, and then but but that just reminds me too. You know, last year, everybody was like, why did Quinn Ewers not do that? And he said, he ended up staying in the NFL draft because he wanted to be loyal to Texas and be connected to them forever. I
Hmm.
was like, man, he's
That's
a nice dude because how they kind of did him, I
I
wouldn't.
was about to say, yeah, that's going to be rare and
That,
rarer
that was his
in this.
reasoning for
Yeah,
why he stayed in the NFL draft is he wanted to stay with that connection as a guy at Texas instead of being somewhere else after
didn't want
that,
to play somewhere else.
which
Yeah,
is noble enough. But in today's world, I mean, should a player be loyal to a team that obviously was ready to move on quickly to move on to Arch? But it's a strange thing. And then of course talking about that, we had that whole Damon Williams situation at
mm-hmm.
Washington. Boy, that was messy.
Man, real messy. Yeah, he signs a big deal or whatever to come back, and then decides he wants to go in the portal. Then there's talk of legal action on both sides, and then he stays committed
Comes,
to Washington.
but what does that do to you at Washington now? I mean, do people look at
Yeah,
you differently, or
I don't know. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing
I
because
think
we do have our
I think
parallels, and
players I
yeah,
think players understand just because players
yeah,
understand players. So I don't think it's gonna be as bad in the locker room. It's these fans.
yeah,
They're like, oh, dude. But let's be honest. We're fans of a certain team. So all we think of is why wouldn't you want to be the quarterback of for him Washington, or
right.
why wouldn't you want to stay at Alabama? And now we know damn well that if we were 19, 20, 21 years old, if Alabama is offering me 2 million to stay, and everybody's like, "Well, you're already at Alabama. Why wouldn't you? Why would you leave?" And then someone throws me 4 million. Why the hell wouldn't I
Mm.
leave? like, like I don't understand. Like I get like people want the same loyalty that places had, but the university obviously got over on players for a long time. Now players are getting a little get back, and now everybody's upset about it.
Yeah, it's.
It's a.
Well, it's a
I mean,
new
I get it.
landscape that college fans are
Yeah.
gonna have to get used to. Where it's more loyalty is more like a pro thing. Like you're gonna have a lot of guys that do stay, but they're not gonna be stars. They're just gonna be guys that get a scholarship and be like, cool, this is where I'm going to college and playing football for
Correct.
4 years. Um,
But your number one guys, man, they're gonna get tested every year.
exactly, and
In
there's
high
gonna
school, they
be
might go.
there's gonna be less guys now that do. And that used to be that was one of the special things and different things about college is that when you had a guy, you had him for his whole career in that level,
We used to have
So
3 years,
exactly, it was
and
rare
now
to
who
have a
knows?
transfer guy, yeah. But
And now it's not even so much even starters. You know what I'm saying? We have so many starters that are leaving that were clearly no one told them they had to go anywhere.
Yeah, well now,
But
yeah,
that's
now you're going to see guys bounce around to 3 teams in 3 years. It's crazy.
uh,
But we'll see, and I'm certain that at some point there will be a swing back the other way where
right,
commitments are going to have to mean signing contracts. There'll be none of
right.
this. Like
Because
Alabama got burnt today by Hollywood
yeah,
Smothers.
we did.
He ends up,
Even though we
yeah,
going to Texas
flipping his
along with
commitment
Cam
to
Coleman.
Texas. Yeah, even though the word is that he had already enrolled in
I
class.
mean, I saw that, but then I haven't. I saw someone say that, but then I hadn't officially seen it, so it's hard to say what's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
sometimes.
it's all conjecture rumors, and word is that he had already enrolled, and then he had
Nice.
gave the coaching staff his word he wasn't going to do any visits, and then lo and behold goes to Texas yesterday, and Texas all of a sudden now has Hollywood Smothers and Cam Coleman. Which
Going with Arch,
not surprised by that one. Yeah, that's a hell of
but
a weapon for
I
Arch out
will.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say though, Smothers is obviously going to Texas. I mean, they cleared out their running back room. They had a lot of the running backs did leave.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Another one left today as a result of the Smothers.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously Smothers is going to play. Now, of course, he may have played at Alabama, but with the freshmen coming in and what's coming back, it wasn't going to be a clear cut. I don't think
Yeah, I've
as
seen a
clear cut
lot of
as yeah.
Alabama fans online talking about how this has been a disaster of a portal, and I don't necessarily think that. I would like to see some more coming in too, but
I mean, we got beat by a team, that they spent. I mean, fortunately, Texas people
mhm,
have they have that oil money. They have some
mhm,
resources. That fortunately not in. You know, there's money in Alabama, but yeah, when, there's not many that can
mhm.
go head to head with Texas when it comes to money. I saw like A&M, um, and
Yeah, they got a couple.
maybe,
They got what Fromby, one of our guys, and then
and then they got they got Horton at A&M.
that's right. Yeah, they Horton. I was
Yeah,
like, they just
Horton
had
just
another
won
one. Yeah,
today.
Isaiah Horton.
Yeah, yeah, who
Going
was on his
to
third team,
yeah.
third team now. He went Miami, Alabama. Now he's on A&M.
Yeah.
And I can't really say I would get mad at these guys because I mean, I don't know, what they're being promised. I don't know what they're being told, at the school they're at. I don't know if Horton was being told, hey, you're the guy next year. You know, I,
hmm
who knows? So I mean, I'm not really the one to get mad and judge what these young guys are doing because hell, I don't know what the hell I would have.
Yeah.
Because that's
Right.
money that we can't conceptualize as adults, much less in college. That's wild. If I had an extra $1,000, I'm having a blast
hmm
for a couple weekends. Can you imagine having $1 million to do what the hell you want to do with it while you're in college? What in the world?
uh,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy, and like I said, I think eventually it'll kind of swing the other way
I
where
don't know.
there either be some
Because
rules
some of these,
implemented, or yeah, I think you'll see multi-year deals like guys have to commit,
yeah.
at least
Because
two or
these
something.
owners, I mean, yes, they have money, but they're not going to see people just leaving constantly or
Yeah.
underachieving. I mean, they want to get their invest. I mean, they didn't get rich by investing in bad things
Yeah. Exactly.
continuously.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody takes losses now and again, but you take enough losses, and you're like, well, shit,
hmm
something's got to change.
hmm So
Now,
yeah, but
supposedly we got a guy from Mississippi State within the last hour or two, I guess, is committed,
yeah,
but
one
I
of
think on
their
the NCAA waiver thing, and
defensive.
who knows how defensive tackle, which hey,
hmm
we need as much on both lines as we can get. So not a bad thing there. But who knows with the NCAA?
hmm
Because I thought Chambliss was definitely going to get it his okay, considering what Pavia got, and he was Division two. So I mean, it's even more so jurisdiction by the NCAA. When he sat out at Ferris State, and for him to get nothing, I guess I saw something right before we got on that the lawyers are going to go back and fight it again.
Hmm.
But man, I was like, how does he not get it? A red shirt thing.
Yeah, it's
But then you
crazy.
see
Yeah.
these, especially when you see in college basketball, there's it's a couple of guys that have been drafted in the NBA coming back to college, like Baylor, and
Yeah, that's like, man, that's where we're
what are
like,
we doing?
come on, man. Like, yeah, for real. Like,
Like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, cool. I mean, if you can beat the system with that, but like this dude legitimately sat out a season, like a red shirt. Why couldn't he get a claim? Because really, Ole Miss is kind of in a situation now as far as quarterback, unless they get the dude from Auburn.
mm.
Excuse me, that they're projected. But
Did they? I thought I saw him.
well, the other day I saw that he was projected. So, but that changes
Yeah,
so
right.
often these days.
Well, I mean, we see,
Guys
commitments don't
supposedly coming.
even, yeah, right.
Commitments
So,
on the road now. Yeah, but those commitments, I mean, my thing is this though, how much do you when once you sign that paperwork, what I would like to know what actually transpires. Do you get $50,000 right away? Or or is it delayed or
hmm
or if it's you're signing, you're coming in and then you haven't got anything yet. So I mean if you leave it's not necessarily a terrible thing.
hmm
I mean, I don't know. But yeah, it's, I think it's definitely going to change a little bit in the other direction because personally, I just think because the people that fund these NILs are going to get tired of funding this money because honestly, it's probably the same people over and over again doing it.
hmm
Because I mean, us regular fans, even if we were given, we might be able to afford 50, 100 here and there, but what is that really doing in today's thing?
Yeah, no, for sure. Um, but yeah, so portal's not done yet. We'll see. Still some big names out
So
there. So
what's name still hasn't officially signed anywhere, has he? The Arizona State quarterback.
no, Sam Levitt not yet. A lot of talk of him in LSU, but no official. Uh,
Interesting. LSU signed their quarterback today. They were transferred from somewhere.
mm.
I saw.
Oh, it's another lower division guy.
Yeah,
It was from like Elon or something like
yeah,
that. It's
Elon.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Dylan
I don't know if
Rayola.
that
Is
means
his
anything
name
or
still out
not.
there? Yeah, I don't think I've seen Dylan Rayola commit anywhere.
Dylan has it. No, he
No,
hadn't.
he's still out. We saw DJ Lagway earlier in the week go to
Baylor.
Baylor. Yeah, where his father
It
played.
makes sense. His dad went.
Yeah. So,
I don't even know if I knew. I might have heard that, but when I saw, it, I was like Baylor. I was oh, his dad went there, but I don't remember his dad really. But honestly, '99 Baylor was terrible, so I wouldn't have
hmm
really.
yeah, those were the dark, dark days for them.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, and yeah, Alabama fans, of course, as we are wont to be, a lot of, oh my God, this is terrible. This is a disastrous portal. And yeah, we've lost some guys, but, and then you got, Clinton Dix, director of player development or whatever he is, tweeting out stuff like, basically saying people need to quit worrying about, stars and hype and look at production, and quit worrying about who's leaving. Uh,
yeah.
So interesting there, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens with that title game, which that won't even be till what we'll
Next Monday.
next Monday. So yeah, we'll record live during it. So yeah,
Which would be good. But yeah, I mean that championship game. It's hard to. It's right now. I mean, it seems almost impossible to go against Indiana.
oh
I
yeah, how
mean, they're
can
what
you? I
seven and
think
a half point favorite. The
yeah,
way they've been killing folks. I mean,
I,
we saw them kill us. We saw them kill Oregon.
mm-hmm,
And Miami, they're a great team, but they've been in some tougher games. They've
mm-hmm,
faced competition, so you don't know if that's just because of the teams they faced, or are they just going to be another victim, or if we're going to have a hell of a game. I mean,
mm-hmm.
on paper, you would think we're going to have a hell of a game, but the way Indiana's been playing, I can't guarantee that that's going to be the case, unfortunately.
No, yeah, I think it's absolutely right now. I think the big question of that game is, can Miami win the battle in the trenches on both sides of the ball? You know, can they on offense? Can they open up running lanes and give Carson Beck time to make plays? And on defense, can they shut down that Indiana rush attack? Can they get to
Yeah,
Fernando Mendoza? You know, that defensive
consistent.
line's been so great all year. Can they do it one more time and, you know,
We're trying.
finally, you know, make the team that doesn't make mistakes make a mistake?
Yeah,
That's tough. But we'll see. It should be a good one.
yeah. Carson Beck is gonna have to play a perfect game. He can't.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't have bad Carson on Monday night
Mm-mm.
in a week because yeah, that would get bad. Um,
But yeah, there's been plenty of good football, as we mentioned, including on the pro side of it. Yesterday, Saturday, just got a couple of classics. The Rams surviving an upset bid by the Panthers.
oh, that hurt my heart a
I
little bit,
know
man.
our boy Bryce Young,
Five.
late
Oh,
touchdown.
too,
Then
too much time.
Matt Stafford, you know, it's like man. That's like it felt like an NBA kind of playoff series, like a classic. The young team, the young star leading his team,
Just the
and
guy
against against the veteran, the big dog who possible turnover here. Oh, look at that. Nope.
might be in his last season.
Yeah, might be
Yeah,
in his last season, but he's just one more time. He says that young, you know, the young guy, like, not your turn, not yet.
not yet anyway. Right.
And so tough loss, but man, absolutely great season for Carolina. Great game from them. Gave it their
Yeah,
everything. Good vindication for our boy Bryce. Showed people why he was a number one pick.
absolutely.
They can get some more
Yeah.
talent around him. You know, beef up that
They got
defense.
their running game figured out. They got McMillan as a wide receiver. I
And
mean, maybe
Coker's,
have
I
one
think
more.
Coker's good. Yeah, one
Coker's
more.
legit.
Yeah.
One other guy, but yeah, Coker's legit. He had a hell of a game yesterday. McMillan, of course, we know is good. We saw him at Arizona, and he produced well. It's his rookie year. That defense is legit too, for the most part. I mean, they held their own. But yeah, I mean, it's just the old guy just had
Just
one more trick up his sleeve.
yeah,
And
right. Yeah, took the team right down the field, scored that game winner.
you have to think that man is running away with the MVP this year, right? I mean, is it really competition
I
there?
think yeah, he's going to get it. Kind of that old
That's
Drake
ridiculous.
May certainly makes a good case for it.
Yeah.
But I
But if
think
you look at the stat wise and touchdowns, he's going.
yeah, yeah.
He's it's not even
It's the
close.
touchdowns, and I think it'll be the like the sentimental nature of it.
Right. I'd be shocked if it's close.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but
I think he.
and then what looked to be a blowout in the Saturday night game, the Packers are just
Yeah,
all over the Bears in
I
Chicago.
was rational.
The Bears, a big comeback. You know,
Was it
raises some questions
25 in the
about
fourth?
what. Yeah, Caleb Williams, outstanding, great job by them coming back. And now, yeah, some questions being asked now in Green Bay about what the hell, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, it sets up some good stuff. And then today, Sunday earlier, we had the Niners take down the Eagles in a close one, and the Bills beat the Jags in another close one.
Oh,
So,
that man, great game. Ah man, the Jags though, man, they had their opportunities, but I don't know. Trevor was a little off. He's been so hot as of late. He's just a little off. Some of his passes a little wobbly. And pick, missed field goals, and then going for it on that fourth down kind of killed him. But hell of a year for them. I mean, I don't think anybody expected them to be anywhere near what they were this year, but they turned into. I mean, they were hot. They went in the end of the season, went in the South, getting a home playoff game, took Buffalo to the limit. Josh Allen, man, he gets it done in the playoffs. And of course, even when he's lost to Patrick Mahomes, it's rarely because of something he did. It's rare, the defense usually gave him some after he put him up. So, maybe this is his time, but It'll be interesting. But great road win today. And honestly, I read it was their first road win since '92. Wow.
Josh Allen's first ever road playoff victory. Yeah, first one since '92 for the Bills.
So that's
Uh,
some in itself. But man,
yeah, crazy.
great game. And then of course the Eagles Niners, man, came down to the last play there. That game though, Philly boy missing that extra point.
Hmm.
Go for it on the fourth and stuff. Man, but man, these kickers, NFL kickers missing extra points. That drives me crazy. I'm like, bro,
I was
you
thinking
saw
about
both
that tonight.
both
Yeah,
kickers miss
and
both kickers missed extra point late in the game. I'm like, Pinero missed late in the game. I'm like, man, like I get maybe missing with a 50 plus field goal every now and again, but extra points should never happen in the NFL. Never. Like,
no,
what are we
yeah,
doing?
it's crazy, and I guess that they got what they wanted when they moved the extra point back.
Yeah,
It was still a weird move to me back, when it happened. When it's been almost 10 years now.
yeah.
Uh,
You get a little more drama. Everything's
mhm.
not guaranteed anymore, but they should be knocking that bad boy in.
Yeah, exactly.
It-
Yeah.
it's
Um,
supposedly like I mean, considering it's only 32 teams. So I mean, supposedly the 32 best kickers in the world are out there, right? I mean,
mhm.
that's how we look at it. So I mean, like if you miss extra points, bro, you got to go. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't care who you are. An extra point, a 50 some yard field goal, understandable. 40 in the wind,
Mhm.
but extra points, I can't. Especially in the if it costs. Now, of course, you have other things that could cost you the season, but yeah, we're always gonna remember the kick. And I'm be like, man, extra points should be like a should be like Steph at the free throw line,
Mhm.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Some things should just happen. I mean, that's your one thing to do is kick. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's infuriating when it happens, especially in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
and of course now we got New England and the Chargers. Patriots up 16-3 with 4 minutes 40 seconds and ticking as we record right now. So let's see if
No,
the Chargers have some late game miracles in them. And then
no.
tomorrow night, Houston will visit Pittsburgh. Looking ahead to next week, we already know the NFC schedule is set. It'll be the Seahawks hosting the 49ers, and then
Huh.
the
Again,
Rams.
huh?
Yeah, again,
That's crazy.
and then the Rams going to the Bears.
Should be two phenomenal games, you would think.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
three.
really, man, you gotta look what Caleb Williams has done in year two
Mm-hmm,
with the right coaching around him.
mm-hmm,
It's like night and day. Last year people wondered if he was even that guy at all. And now he's looking like, man, he's getting it. He's, says some weird stuff, but man, he's so much different. I mean, obviously they did a hell of a job with getting their coach.
mm-hmm,
They got the great, because you never know with these hot assistants. Some are just meant to be great assistants and don't
mm-hmm.
necessarily translate into great head coaches. But Ben Johnson seems to have it. He seems to have what it
No,
takes.
yeah, yeah, something special about him and his play calling, especially because we saw what happened in Detroit.
Yeah,
Missed the
took a
playoffs.
big step back,
Yeah.
I'd say. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's still decent offense, but yeah, you definitely feel like something was definitely off compared to what we saw when he was the play caller there for sure. But man, yeah, no, great, man, great games. We'll see if this one turns into anything. But only 4 minutes left. It's got to get what two scores. That's
Yeah.
gonna be tough.
If the Patriots do hold on and win this one, that means that the Bills will go to Denver next week, and the Patriots will host the winner of tomorrow's game between Pittsburgh and Houston.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah, And a good divisional round looks good. We got that NFC West showdown. We got the Rams and the Bears. Another Matt Stafford versus another young gun.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll have Josh Allen going to Mile High. Square off against the Broncos.
Young gun guy.
Yeah, and then the Patriots hosting. Depending on the storyline there, if it's the Steelers, it's it gives Drake May a chance to go against his own old gold gunslinger and Aaron Rodgers, or two young teams, with two hot young coaches and Vrabel and
Yeah.
D'Amico, with the Texans going. I personally, obviously, because I'm a Ravens fan, but also from a football standpoint, I think the Texans and Patriots would be an interesting
That'd be
matchup.
interesting.
Yeah.
As a Cowboys fan, I don't like either. The Steelers or Texans. I don't know if we necessarily have. I don't know if the Dallas. I think we just have those natural rivalry just because it's two in-state teams.
Hmm.
Of course, Dallas and Houston, just rivalry of cities in general. But I don't know if the angst is really there per se.
Yeah.
But,
That's why I
yeah,
wish the NFL would realign. I've always said I think they should go to 4 8 team divisions, and that way
yeah.
you could have like a division with Dallas, Houston, New Orleans. Those are teams that should be like playing each other all the time, man.
Cities that
Man,
hate each other,
Dallas
like
people
legitimately.
do not understand the New Orleans Dallas hatred, man. And like
It's
uh
deep.
in Houston it's more
It's
of like
very deep.
it's there with New Orleans, but there's also a lot of like connection there with like Katrina and stuff like that. So there's like kind of there's a lot of love between New Orleans and Houston, but also friendly competition. Uh, but yeah,
That
Dallas and New
Dallas,
Orleans,
Dallas,
man,
New Orleans, ooh,
they
it's ugly.
do not
No
like each
love
other,
at
man.
all.
Do
No,
not like each other.
at
Uh,
all. Because I always, I got a lot of Saint fans, of course, having been in the South. I mean, and especially in Alabama. I mean, not having a team, a lot of people either Saints, Falcons, or
mm-hmm.
they're from the area. I used to always mess with Saints fans. Be like, I bet you as a kid you were a Cowboy fan. I know it, whether they were or not. Because that was always a joke. Most Saints fans were Cowboy fans growing up. But yeah, no, but that'll be should be a great game tomorrow night. I would hope. Yeah, I think I would rather see D'Amico go.
Hmm.
But,
Yeah.
you just because I mean, at some point you just want to see the young guys go. C.J. Stroud go,
Hmm.
D'Amico. I mean, we don't want to. Just a lot of young talent here. I mean, the Steelers. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're into that sentimental stuff, but I don't know. Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. People, you either love him or you hate him. I guess. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm in kind of indifferent. I mean, sometimes he's all right. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's not my cup of tea. Uh,
yeah,
and
I mean,
like I said,
when some of his when he's on, he amazed me at times this year because when he was on, I was like, damn, this was like 2010 Aaron Rodgers.
hmm, yeah,
He's had a couple of times. Yeah, oh shit.
um,
So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. But
yeah,
like I said last week, last weekend it seemed like Mike Tomlin might be more on the out than staying, just with how excited he was for winning the division and amp going into that game. So it'd be interesting to see because if Tomlin were to retire, I mean that would be wild just because he's been the fixture in Pittsburgh forever, and probably looking for a quarterback and a coach in the same year. That'd be
mm,
crazy.
yeah, it would be insane. Talk about a big time shift
Yeah.
there in the Steel City. But yeah, uh, off the field, it finally happened. The Ravens finally fired John Harbaugh. I did not think this day was coming.
Yeah, you didn't think it was happening.
I did not. I
You thought
really did not think it was happening. I thought they were honestly. I thought they were kind of going to do the same old shit and just make maybe a couple staff changes here and there, and then sign some veterans and free agency and be like, look, this
all
is
patch
all.
it together.
yeah, we just needed little changes, but no, they Steve Bisciotti pulled the trigger, new direction for the franchise. Um, Allegedly over John Harbaugh's refusal to part with Todd Monken, which took a lot of Ravens fans by surprise because we figured it would be Zach Orr on the chopping block, the defensive coordinator.
Really, it was Monken, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
yeah, which so that's weird. And of course, all these reports have now since come out, and they're like, no, that's not true. It's weird, but who knows? Either way, it was time. John
Yeah,
Harbaugh did a lot there. I've made my feelings known on him plenty of times.
that man. But I read this thing. He didn't even thank the fans or the city.
He
I was
did
like,
not,
wow.
and that bothered me a lot. Of course it did, man. And I was trying to be cordial about it. Like I'm not the biggest Harbaugh fan in the world. And then I saw that statement. No, not one word for the city or the fans. Which is absolutely bullshit. You've been here 18 years. Come on, man. It was a weird statement. It was
It's
very,
more about I and I and I and I.
yeah, it was very kind of self-congratulatory. So goodbye, thank God. Uh, oh man, it was just time for fresh eyes. Yeah, sure, he's done a lot of good things, but also like, all right, the first 5 years, awesome, playoffs every year, two conference title games, a Super Bowl win,
Yeah,
obviously great, but also that team had Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Haloti Nada, Terrell Suggs. Those are the leaders of that team. Do not get it twisted. Like those are the guys that led that locker room. Guys like Anquan Bolden,
yeah,
like John. Like those are the dudes on that team. So John Harbaugh's job was easy then. And then
absolutely. Did he even have to say anything?
no, exactly. You don't have to say anything. And then
Coach
you
Ray.
you get Lamar exactly. You get Lamar Jackson in 20
Yeah,
what 18. Joe Flacco
yeah,
goes down. Lamar Jackson takes over. Goes like what 6-1 as a starter. Drags the team to the playoffs. Wins a
it's a
unanimous MVP the next year, but then you don't really do anything. You never reach these heights. You only get to one conference title game, and it took you probably 2 seasons too late to get rid of Greg Roman. Like you didn't see
yeah.
that he just couldn't help
Figure it
Lamar
out.
evolve as a passer. And Todd Monken comes in, and Lamar's first 2 seasons under him are the best of his career and some of the best in statistically for a quarterback in NFL history. And
Right.
that's a big sack right there as the Patriots seal that.
That's wrong.
Was that our boy Chris
Yeah,
Barmore?
yeah, I believe it is.
Uh,
16-3, game over. I mean, overall, a pretty dominant win. I mean,
mhm.
I'd say, I mean, that's a big win for them.
Williams.
Yeah,
No, it was Williams. Okay.
how was it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the
But
injuries on the Chargers line just too much.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's man. And but man, Herbert was that. Now pretty soon he's gonna come. What he's gonna be the next guy. What's wrong with him? How come he can't win in the playoffs?
Yeah. Um,
That's always a big thing. That's a huge. But man, what I mean, just what Vrabel has done in Baltimore. I'm excuse me in New England. Just
I
I
wish.
mean they were they were done. I mean it was terrible. It was embarrassing.
Bad.
Like
Yeah,
oh,
they were straight up
bad,
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
The end of the Belichick era was weird and terrible, and then they brought in what's his name for 1 year, and it's like what are we doing with that? And then they made the right. It's like why didn't you just get this man when he was available the first time? But
Hmm.
hey, lucky enough for them, he was able to bring him in afterwards because whatever reason no one touched him that first time,
Hmm. Yeah.
which is strange. I don't, so they got lucky that they got that opportunity again because obviously should have brought him in that first time.
Hmm.
But that's a that's a big win, man. I mean, it's been a minute for the Patriots, but
Hmm.
it's interesting too because I mean it's a whole new thing. So I don't think that the hatred is really there anymore. This is a whole new. It's not Belichick and Brady. I mean, it's
Hmm.
It's Rabel. It's young guys, new. So I don't think there's a hatred that was it's there anymore. So it's almost a good. Almost seem like a good guy team now. I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, it's definitely there's
I mean, unless you're
they're
you
more
get some blood.
likable than they used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the Dolphins and Jets fans and Buffalo fans are like, fuck you. We hate them just the same. But yeah, uh,
Vrabel getting headbutted by his guys,
I
crazy.
loves it.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, so Patriots move on. So yeah, so now next week we will definitely officially see the Broncos host the Bills, and the Patriots will host the winner of tomorrow night's Steelers Texans game. But yeah, going back, yeah, Harbaugh, time for the Ravens to move on.
Oh,
What was I saying? I was in a point. So yeah, he gets Lamar. Never really capitalized on that, but look at in between those eras too. He went like 40-40, and I think he's
yeah,
honestly, I think he has his limits as a coach. He's a CEO type coach. He doesn't really have a specialty. He's not an offensive mind or
yeah,
defensive mind. He was
yeah.
never a coordinator. He was a special teams coordinator when
Huh.
Ravens hired him. I just think he's good. For a while he had a good message, and was able to keep his team focused and businesslike. And I think he just kind of lost that. And it's just sometimes you just need a fresh voice in. And the Ravens are certainly doing their due diligence. They have interviewed a wide range of guys.
When I saw the one that I was like, what? When I interviewed the Browns former coach, I was like, wait, but I guess that's
Stefanski,
one.
yeah, it was kind of weird, but then I kind of look back on it, and he is a two-time coach of the year. Does got some offensive thing. Like it'd be kind of weird, but I could see it. It also depends who you bring in to run the defense in that situation. But I don't know, man. There's just any number of things are up in the air right now, and it's just I'm not sure I have a favorite. I wouldn't mind. Like for his offensive voice, like a Kubiak or something, or who's the other one out there that I'm thinking? But anyway, it just has to be someone that can resonate, with Lamar and our top players, and then someone who can refocus this team. And then, if they're a specialist on one side or the
Lamar, you're
other,
coming from a good situation, though. I'd say.
yeah, exactly. Either way,
Had a lot of
yeah.
other. I mean, because you got to look at it. I mean, most teams that fire their coaches are abysmal. I mean,
Hmm.
the Jets, the Giants, the Raiders. You're going into a shit show. Baltimore fired their coach, but it's not because necessarily it was terrible. It's just that it wasn't the
Yeah.
expectation that Baltimore felt like was right. And you have a lot of talent there. You have a lot of young talent. You have a lot of veteran talent. I mean, a premier quarterback. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a good situation. So I mean, yeah, if you get the right guy in there, it could be epic. But yeah, who y'all get will be very interesting.
Yeah, and it's not like the roster has a ton of holes in it. I mean, the most
Uh,
glaring thing is offensive line. They gotta protect Lamar better, open up better holes for Derrick Henry and company. Uh, Other than that, you're pretty set on offense. Yeah, you could get another receiver in there.
mhm.
And they probably will at some point. I'm sure. I don't know what DeAndre Hopkins is going to do. I don't know if they'll bring in another veteran or whatever. But and then you need to get something in the pass rush. That's the biggest hole in the defense by far.
Right.
And probably beef up the corner a little bit. Our boy,
Because as an
Marv.
old school football fan, it's weird seeing the Ravens struggle on defense.
It does not feel right. Yeah, it does not feel right.
No.
It feels, it's very much feels like the very beginning of the franchise. Before the Ravens got Marvin Lewis as a defensive coordinator. This first few years when Vinny Testaverde was our quarterback, man, we were in some shootouts, and that defense was not good. And we were like scoring like 30, 40 points and losing. It was weird. And then, funny enough, we hired Brian Billick, the offensive coordinator for those Vikings offenses that, tore it up. And we became a defensive team. But
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
yeah,
You
no,
know what I'm saying? If you were on the outside not knowing much about Brian Billick, if you just looked at the paint, you'd be like, well, he must have been a hell of a defensive coach at some point.
right? He has that defense coach attitude.
He does.
But speaking of, but anyway, yeah, I'm interested, excited to see who we get in. I have faith Steve Bisciotti will nail it.
Yeah, I mean,
I,
I'd say you have a very solid front office owner, GM. Seem to have a good mindset. They're not doing stupid shit. So yeah, I would think that whoever it is going to end up being a solid hire in the long
I
run.
would say there's a
Um,
couple guys that I might be like, I don't know. Like I've seen Kingsbury's name out there, and I don't know if I want him as a head coach, but
I
that's
mean, maybe
all.
OC.
I was about to say if we hire a defensive minded head coach, I wouldn't mind Kingsbury as a OC. I think that'd be interesting. I think I think he could do some things with
Obviously,
Lamar there. Yeah,
he's had some. Yeah, I
yeah,
think that'd be interesting what he does. I don't know because I don't know if Kingsbury's even a good head coach. Because I
yeah.
mean,
No,
he got the opportunities to come to the NFL for his offensive mind as a head coach. And like, bro, he was barely above 500 in college. So why did he get brought in as the head coach to begin with? I didn't quite understand that because he wasn't great at Texas Tech as a head coach. I mean, he put up great numbers, and you understand why you might give him an opportunity. But if I would be more likely to think, man, I'm bringing him as an OC. No way I'm bringing him as a head coach.
I mean, I basically think that Pat Mahomes got that man hired as an NFL coach too.
Absolutely.
They said, "Oh,
Absolutely.
well, look what he can do. Maybe he can turn our guy into Pat." And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not how that works.
Pat's a one of
Yeah,
the is
yeah,
yeah.
it's not how that works. But I don't know, excited. But
Yeah.
other coaching changes. Your Cowboys actually did the thing you wanted them to do.
Yeah.
Told what's his face, your DC to hit the
Ever
road.
plus, yeah.
Yeah, Eberflus.
Um,
That's it. Yeah,
I'm just like I mean he had to go. I mean,
yeah,
what you cannot keep him, man. That was that abysmal considering at times how good our offense was. I mean, Dak literally led the league in passing yards. I mean, he had a hell of a now, I mean, I had my issues with Dak, but this season really wasn't on Dak at all.
no, no.
I mean, he had some of his more time in, time out, maybe his best all around season. I mean, he had a couple of bad picks, but it wasn't terrible. But it was back to those Tony Romo days where like we put up a shitload of points, but shit, we're fighting for our lives because defense can't stop a nosebleed at all, not even close. And we couldn't figure that out at all. So yeah, he had to go. Like didn't matter. Like you can't be that bad on defense and expect to stay. So I don't know what we do there. I would like to, if we could bring in, we've had Aaron Glenn, and I'd like to bring, someone like that, or um, people in folding, Brian Flores. That'd be a hell of a hire. But who we bring in, we'll see. But man, I honestly, it can't be worse than what it was this year. Like
No.
it was terrible.
Yeah,
It was pitiful.
good thing is you can only go up. So yeah, it's another one where maybe the personnel wise, definitely a lot of work to do there, but at least in terms of production and vibes, yeah, you're already going into a winning situation if you take that job because you're definitely going to improve on the previous year. So
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, hopefully, I mean, yeah, Lee. You would think it's like these plays, right? Jesus.
you would
Like,
think,
I mean, it's just, I mean, it was just comical. It's like, dude, you got people getting paid millions of dollars, and this is terrible. Like, it's not even like I get like today's NFL is harder to stop teams, but and we're making like every week we're making people look all pro. I mean, you look at like that damn game we lost to the Cardinals. Like we made what's the name look like Murray look like if not when even Murray, it was Brissett.
yeah, as we
Murray
said,
was out. We made Brissett look like he was a damn all pro quarterback. Cooked us. We made Russell Wilson and his one good game of the season. I mean, he would look like a Russell Wilson in 2012. Hell, like it's crazy how we made people look. But, hey, so yeah, it can't get worse there.
yeah. I mean, I'm watching Vrabel greet his guys, greeting every one of his guys coming off the field here.
And,
You can tell that
that's what
team.
you like to see, man.
Yeah.
That excitement, that because sometimes these coaches, man, so much coach speak and so much, you just want to see a little emotion,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you get that with some of these guys.
Yeah.
Uh, Ray was an old school dude, but you still see that passion. He definitely sees it was a defensive guy just with the passion,
Mm-hmm.
that he shows. Because some of these younger, I mean, some of these coaches, maybe it's the younger ones that are general, they just think I don't know, they're just too cool, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like, but yeah. So yeah, but man, yeah, hell of a job by him. You'd have to think, man, the voters though they got a for coach of the year they got a tough one, man. Do you go him? Do you go Ben Johnson? I mean, even you could go Cohen at Jacksonville. I mean, either like I think I said last week, you go with either three of those as your coach of the year. I mean, you can't go
Yeah.
wrong. I mean,
Yeah. You're good.
yeah.
But yeah. All right. Anything else on any football you want to hit on?
I mean, I guess it'd be interesting to see where all these coaching hiring,
Mm-hmm.
go. Of course, Atlanta hiring GM and coach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that'd be interesting. Just see what yeah, that's always interesting to see where these teams go with their next head coach. And I guess I said it last week, but then sometimes these same names get recycled, man. That's why these teams stand trouble. We just
Mm-hmm.
know a name, so we feel confident. We've just accepting a guy because we know the name.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, man, it's time to go outside the box because obviously what you've done last 20 years hasn't worked yet. So
Yeah.
why not go outside the box? What could it hurt? but, so
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I see openings right now. We got Miami, Baltimore, Arizona, Las Vegas, Cleveland, Atlanta, and New York, and Tennessee. Nope, nope. Yeah,
yeah,
Tennessee still. Tennessee still, yeah.
let's see.
So, yeah, that's a number of interesting spots. Tennessee, you're getting
Yeah,
Cam Ward. Exciting thing. But
if you,
yeah.
another one, they didn't end the season well, but the Giants,
Mm-hmm.
they got a lot of young talent there.
Yeah, Dart,
And we saw what
Scatterbo,
they were doing before
yeah,
Scottaboo got hurt.
Neighbors, yeah.
Like they turned it around. It seemed like, yeah, they didn't give Malik Neighbors at all this year. He waited towards ACL in week one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I drafted him all my leagues. I just knew he was going to have a big year.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah.
But man, that's a lot of young. There was bad on, but on paper, man, that's a lot of young talent there. You're like, man,
Mm-hmm.
oof, that might be a better situation other spots to go to because some situations are bad. The Raiders situation, oof,
Raiders,
like,
the Browns. Browns great defense you're getting there, but man,
that
it's
offense
that's
is.
rough. Yeah, rough on offense. The Raiders just all around. You are in for a rebuilding job. So you better.
But the thing is they have they're not keeping anybody. Like
Mhm,
well, they fire everybody every year. It's like,
mhm.
I mean, what can you really expect?
Yeah. Um, I mean,
And then Arizona, it seems like a terrible spot to go to.
yeah, it seems like a spot in flux. There's definitely some talent there, but it looks like this is the end of Kyler Murray's time there on some, by some people, but who knows? Maybe not.
And
Kind
then
of,
on top of that, the rest of your division is beastly.
yeah, exactly. And other than that, you're in just a rough division, So yeah, that's kind of like Miami's an interesting situation too. There's some holes in the roster that need to be plugged there, and then you got to figure out what you want to do with Tua. And
Yeah,
uh,
but there's some talent.
mhm,
Yeah. You got some wide receiver talent. You got a chain at the running game. Like the defense is really falling off.
yeah, big time.
But there's some talent there. So
Hmm.
you gotta go Waddle. And then who knows with what's the name?
Hmm.
Um,
Tyreek Hill,
but
yeah, coming off his
Tyreek Hill.
injury,
Who
yeah.
knows how that goes? And he's older now, so yeah, who
Mhm.
knows? But yeah, I mean it's interesting, but I don't know because if you do come in like and you do move on from Tua, I mean, do you want to give viewers opportunity, or are you
Mm-hmm.
just saying we got to go earlier in the draft to get a splashy name?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I
Um,
want to go to yours just because he's a cheap contract for at least the first time around.
mm.
Seventh round guy.
um, but yeah, no. Um, yeah, it should be interesting watching.
Absolutely.
Both on the field and off the field, in both the college and pro
Yeah,
level, coming up here in the
absolutely.
next couple of weeks. Let's move on real quick to basketball. Bad week for Bama hoops.
Cool.
A loss at Memorial Coliseum early in the week. Tough back and forth
Eh,
loss. That damn House of Horrors.
yeah. I mean, that didn't bother me that as bad because I mean, we fought, we
Mm-hmm,
stayed in the game. I mean, Muslim had a weird cramping issue. Was almost second half.
mm-hmm,
Aiden Schroe was out from the get go. So I mean, I get we lost, and seems to be a hell of a team this year.
mm-hmm.
But yesterday, oh my God, like
Yeah.
Texas isn't even very good. I
Mm,
mean, hell, against Tennessee, Sean Miller was so pissed he benched the whole starting squad.
mm-hmm,
So I mean, obviously things have not been great at Texas, and we're so money at home, and especially against non-ranked
mm.
opponents. You had three losses as of late, and we just look uninspired out there. I don't know. And couldn't hit a free throw to save our
Ye-
life at the end.
Yeah, missing free throws. Once again, the inside is a problem.
Yeah,
Just seemed to be out toughed. Well, Nate Oates came out and said that too many of the guys on the team have gotten comfortable with losing. So
yeah.
he's trying to,
Nobody, but doesn't bother him. Losing doesn't bother them yet.
yeah. And so yeah, he's got some work to do because it's a tough week
Yeah,
coming up. Two road games at Mississippi State and Oklahoma. Um,
two tricky spots.
yeah, exactly.
And he's had his troubles in Norman.
Mm-hmm.
Nate even has. Like, he's done okay in like our. We think of the hump as being a play 'cause we struggled there
Mm-hmm.
when we were in school, but Nate is actually done okay there. But
Mm-hmm.
he's had some issues in Norman. We've gotten blown out a time or two in Norman since he's been the coach. So it'll be interesting because I mean, obviously, they're kind of in the same spot that we are. Kind of five losses on the season, kind of
Mm-hmm.
in flux a little bit. Not, but man, road games in the SEC. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter where
exactly.
you go.
Yeah,
It's a spot.
can't
And,
take it for
they're going to be
granted.
rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. So hopefully, but man, yeah, I mean, it could turn around quick. I mean, we could, we win those two games and we're looking good going to that Tennessee game.
Mm-hmm.
And what we saw last night, that's not winning on the road in the SEC.
No, no, it's not. So yeah,
Yeah.
some team got some introspection to do.
Hopefully, they get it figured out
Michigan
because
finally got knocked off elsewhere around the
they
country.
did.
Yeah.
They did. I saw the end of that. I was in between the football game, but yeah, I mean that's big for Wisconsin going into Ann Arbor and getting the win
Mm-hmm.
after the way they've been throttling people. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Uh,
that's happened eventually.
yeah, Nebraska staying unbeaten, best
They don't
start in
want to see
school
it.
history there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So here's what we have. Uh, Arizona's undefeated.
Mm-hmm. Vanderbilt,
Nebraska's
Nebraska.
undefeated. It's down to like four or five teams, isn't it? It's slimming down.
Yeah, I was trying to bring up the rankings here real quick, see who we got. Let's see: Arizona, Michigan, Iowa State, or not Michigan anymore. Sorry,
Yeah,
uh,
Iowa State.
Iowa State, Nebraska, Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's it. Maybe some
Oh,
small conference teams, but I don't know.
right.
Um,
Well, yeah, the big boys. It's limited, but yeah,
but yeah.
it seems like another year of wide openness in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
spots. I think Arizona, I think is pretty good. I guess if there's a front runner, I would say it's that, but It's gonna be a weird year in the SEC. It's gonna be game to game, and if you're home or away, because I mean, Florida just, Florida took that loss last Saturday to Mizzou,
Mm-hmm.
but then they, this week they, just bashed Tennessee yesterday. They beat Georgia, the undefeated Bull to Georgia pretty handily on midweek.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, they've kind of been up and down themselves. All their losses are pretty solid losses. I mean, they've lost like Arizona, UConn, Duke. So I mean, they have 5 losses, but their losses are pretty respectable losses.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say ours were till last night, um,
Yeah, this is the
but
first loss that you're like, damn, man, that we should have won that game. Like, or not even that, but just
no
like,
reason,
yeah, it's like we shouldn't have lost that game. Yeah,
no,
like yeah, you lose
you
to
know,
a Purdue or Arizona, and you're like, ah, man, we had our spots there, but hey, man,
yeah,
that's you can't get mad at losing that to
right.
one of
But
those
an
guys.
average Texas team came in and put up points
Mm-hmm.
against our guards, who are supposed to be the best tandem, put up as best tandem in America, and their guards outdid
And,
our guards
and
on
took
the
us out of our
scoreboard.
game. That's the thing. They
Yeah,
took away the three. They made us play their game, and that's you can't let that happen at home.
no, I don't know. So a lot of questions. Hopefully, we get some answers that look good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, two tricky spots: Starkville and Norman, places we know we can win at, but can't do we? I think kind of just depends on how we go into those games. What the mindset is, you would have to think practice probably not going to be very friendly this week
Mm-hmm.
for the guys. Hopefully that put some messages together. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. On the pro hardwood, big news this week. Trey Young, no longer a Hawk, now with the Washington Wizards. As the Wiz trade for Young, and they trade away C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert, and that's it. Definitely, that's yeah. If you're Washington, you got to take that deal. If you're Atlanta, you're wondering if that's interesting. That's all you get out of that.
Yeah,
Um,
but he's had a weird time in Atlanta.
mm-hmm,
Because at times it's like he's the guy, he's the face, but then there's other times where people didn't seem to really. I don't know. I
mm-hmm.
don't know if it didn't resonate with fans. I mean, he had that one great where he ran. What year was that when he ran to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, it was at
It seemed like the Hawks were
21,
really,
21,
yeah,
22.
21 or 22, I think. One of those. But, it really seemed like, well, maybe they're starting to get their stuff together there. And,
Mm-hmm,
he had some exceptional games during that playoff run. But I don't, things just didn't go quite as much. And then, you saw, he's always going to be compared to Luca because, that was that trade that, brought Luca to Dallas. And
mm-hmm.
they, but, he just hadn't lived up to that at all. As far as on the winning end. So I don't know. I don't know if Atlanta is going to really miss him per se, but kind of a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. Obviously, they're doing this for the end of contract stuff with bringing McCollum in. But for him to say the one thing that was kind of crazy is for him to say that he wanted to go to Washington. I'm like, nobody says that.
Yeah,
Wait,
nobody's
what? He
ever
said
said
he
about the
wanted to go to
Wizards, man.
Washington. I'm like, what?
Man, nobody's ever said that about that
Like
franchise.
even like when they were okay, when they had like Gilbert Arenas and stuff like that. I don't think no one was still saying I want to go to the Washington. Like
Mm-mm.
what? What are we doing?
No. But yeah. That's all I got my notes for this week. Anything else from World of Sports you want to touch on?
Shout out to the Bama women. Then got a huge win
Mm,
against Thursday night against Kentucky.
there you go.
First top 10 win since '97.
Oh, damn.
Um,
Really?
yeah, or, yeah, because they were number 6 And I thought I was like, man, that LSU team wasn't top 10 last year, but I saw many places. '97 was the last time
Mm,
that they had knocked off a top 10 team. So that's a great week for the Alabama women now, and then they have two going to Columbia tomorrow night, and then they have the weekend going to Auburn. Two teams they should beat. Hopefully,
mm,
we stay up, float, beat those two, because then that's a big game. I think on the 18th, Tennessee comes to town, so that
mm.
that could be a huge, huge game. But yeah, shout out to them though, man. Crazy thing, '97 was the last time to beat a top 10 team. Of course, the first one for Curry. So I mean, she's doing a hell of a job. Team seems to be playing good ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this might. Hopefully, this will be the team that finally gets to the Sweet 16 again.
Yeah,
That way, it's going.
we talked about the great job they've done there,
Yeah,
but just can't quite get over that hump. And yeah,
because it's tough.
highest ranked win since '97 for the Tide. Yeah.
Wow, that's big. That's
Mm-hmm.
huge, considering how many years that's been. Even though you get every now and again just to get a weird upset, even if you're not a great team.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a long time without a top 10 win.
Mm, yeah.
Jeez. So that's
Um,
huge. Hopefully they build on that and continue on.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, let's see. Trying to think
Other than
anything.
that,
Yeah, Alex. A couple signings here and there in Major League Baseball. Alex Bregman goes to the Cubs. Great day
yeah.
for Chicago sports fans yesterday.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. The Bears win, you get Bregman. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm going to get Bregman than that.
Um, but other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if I missed anything here. I'm certain we did, and I'm certain something will happen tomorrow morning after we put this out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's always something, but I mean, overall, I think we covered a lot of it. I mean,
Hmm.
we
No, like I
saw some
said,
a lot
yeah.
of
Next time we talk, we'll be recording during the national
questions.
title game. So
Hopefully, it'll be something interesting to look at.
yeah, hopefully.
Based on what we see from Indiana, so, who
I was
knows?
about to
But
say I'm not banking on it. I got
yeah,
some.
and
I
it'd
got
be
some.
interesting to see
Yeah.
what that split looks like in the crowd, because honestly, I think Indiana's even gonna win the crowd even in Miami. I think there's
Mm.
just you know you got to think Mendoza's gonna have a boatload of people there, and those Indiana fans, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure, but you never know. Miami fans do
hopefully
show
the
out
Miami
for the
people,
big games. So,
and hopefully they do it. But it's crazy though. They haven't been home a home game since mid-November,
mm,
and yet the biggest game of the season is a home game in
yeah, it's
all
crazy.
actuality.
Um,
And first time ever for the national title game.
yeah,
Yeah,
if only that could be the old Orange Bowl, though. Something
yeah,
different about that.
yeah. That
Deep
yeah.
in the heart of downtown Miami. Yeah.
If that was that, I might give the edge to mine. It's nothing scary about Hard Rock though. I mean, it's nothing.
No. Oh, and yeah, and it's up in Fort Lauderdale, wherever it actually is, Miami Gardens or wherever.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's nothing scary about it. It's not intimidating.
yeah, it's a cool design stadium. They went with a kind of soccer style where they cover the fans
Right.
too. Just I'm sure great for the
Yeah.
fans, but yeah, it doesn't have the same appeal as the old Orange Bowl.
Hold
Um,
on, Bo.
yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully they come out because I mean the team deserves they
Hmm.
deserve all the support. We know Miami as a city does not do the best job of supporting as
Hmm.
far as showing up for stuff. So hopefully
Yeah.
they get in there loud
Hmm.
because man, it's they can't say that they've been spoiled as of late. I mean, this is new for them too. It's been a
Hmm.
while. There's plenty of young people that have never experienced Miami being good. That might be Miami fans.
Hmm.
So they're tired of hearing about 20 years ago. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. We
Yeah,
shall
but by
see.
next week, we have a lot of questions as far as where people are going in the transfer portal,
Mhm.
and then probably some questions and answers about where coaches are going in the
Hmm.
NFL national title game. So yeah, we should have a good amount to talk
I
about, I
bet say
think.
yeah. Hopefully we got some better news for Alabama fans as far as portal comes in. Maybe we
Yeah,
like you said. I don't think they need to panic about the running back room, man. With Crowell coming in, you got AK Deer, Daniel Hill.
I
Uh,
think we're okay. It's
yeah.
it's just kind of disappointing. But at the end of the day, if a dude signs
Hmm.
and then he after that leaves, obviously it wasn't because Bama did something wrong.
Hmm.
Obviously they had thrown something that we couldn't or weren't gonna
Hmm.
give him because we're like, hell, you already signed with us. Like, what else do we have to do?
Hmm.
You know. So can you really get mad at that or mad at the coaching staff? I mean, because really their hands are tied. I mean, they could sell the program all they want,
Hmm.
but if someone offers $10 million and we're throwing two, I mean, the coaches have nothing to do with that,
Hmm.
you know. So, and unfortunately, a lot of these players look for a payday more
Hmm.
so. There's not that connection to a school. Some there is, but for the most part, there's not that connection. Oh, I love Alabama or I love Ohio State. I've always been a fan, and this is my dream.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, hopefully we get some other things going in the portal. Um,
Hmm.
but let's get as many linemen as we can on
Yeah.
both
Right.
sides and see how that plays out. Spend a little more there, maybe.
Yeah. Let's load up there. I'm happy with
Absolutely.
everything else. Like, yeah, obviously you'd love to see a Cam
You would
Coleman
love to
type
add
come
that.
here,
Yeah, I mean,
but
you would love
yeah.
to add that. And maybe we still get the other dude from Auburn. He's
Yeah.
still out there. Not as high profile. Maybe we were able to scoop him, and that'd
Hmm.
be an awesome addition. But last week we kind of knew we were in the running, but we didn't think we were going to get Cam just because Texas was in the running
Yeah,
last
nah,
week.
I never. I figured he was going to one of the big money schools.
Absolutely.
Uh, yeah, no, I'd rather look at Indiana. Spend that money on the inside. Spend on the trenches. We got some studs still at receiver room. Add another, one down the line, a cheaper guy.
Well,
If you will.
yep.
Um,
Hmm.
like I said, I'd love bring in some defensive studs. We're starting to stack that up. Bring in that safety from Minnesota. I don't even know if we're looking at safety, but I'd just love to see him there. Uh,
Absolutely.
and
He's a
then
beast.
yeah, we'll see. And then
Yeah, like bring in 10 offensive line dudes, and we'll see how it shapes out. But
mhm,
bring as many because man, we need all the help we can get on the offensive line. I don't care.
mhm, yeah,
Like just bring in everybody and have a hell of a competition.
mhm.
And that's no news on the offensive line coach. So I guess he's still the guy.
Yeah, who knows? I don't. I guess he's either still the guy or we wait till after the portal to make that change. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, we'll see. We'll probably have a lot more answers about transfer portal
Right.
news next week and some NFL coaching news. Yeah, we'll see if my Ravens have a new leader
Head coach.
there.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a weekend of NFL football to talk about, and then we'll be there live toward the end of the
National
national
title
title
game.
game. Or
Hopefully, we'll have something to talk about there too.
yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one to watch. But
Yeah.
as always, thank you for listening, folks. Subscribe, like, rate, do all that stuff, whatever your podcast platform asks. Tell your friends about us. Tell your rich friends about us. Follow us on the socials. Check out Greg at Bama Hammer. Check out the AlabamaTake.com. And stay warm out there as it's getting cold. I know as temperatures have dipped back down here in Birmingham after some warm weather.
Mhm.
So we're back in the cold here. So
Yeah. It's weird up here. It's been weirdly warm.
mhm,
And we've had where it's been in the 30s some at night.
mhm,
We've had days in the 50s.
mm.
Um, Next week we're supposed to have some days in the 60s, and I'm just like, this is weird.
That was us all this week, man. 60s and
Yeah,
maybe a couple low 70 days even. And
man,
then
it's very weird.
it just dropped today. It just started dropping and dropping and dropping, and it's under. I think it's about like 30, 29 right now.
Oh, it's chilly.
Yeah. But as always, yeah, keep it done up real good yourselves out there, folks. Greg, buddy, I'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.